universe doesn't make mistakes. Every second of pain, you felt the sleepless nights staring at the ceiling, the relentless grind that leaves you hollowed out by 3 a.m., the dollars that slip through your fingers, no matter how tightly you cling to them, the prayers that echo back empty. It was all leading you here, not by random chance, not by some cruel twist of fate, but by divine design. This isn't just another motivational pep talk meant to hype you up for 5 minutes before reality drags you back down. This is a revelation, a truth so raw, so undeniable, so biologically rooted that once you truly grasp it, your entire perception of struggle will shatter. Because what you've been calling life isn't just hardship, it's a cage. And the lock on that cage isn't out in the world, it's buried inside your own mind. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you woke up feeling truly rested? Not just the kind of rest where you stagger out of bed like a zombie chugging coffee just to function, but the kind where your body hums with energy, your mind is clear as a mountain stream, and the day ahead feels like a canvas waiting for your brushstrokes. If you're like most people, that memory is fading fast. Instead, your mornings are slow motion. Panic, your chest feels like it's caving in before your eyes even open. You reach for your phone, and the notifications hit you like a tidal wave. Unpaid bills, unresolved emails, a to-do list that grows longer. While your energy shrinks, you force down caffeine, not because you want it, but because your body has forgotten how to wake up without it. You work until your vision blurs. Sleep feels like a myth. And no matter how much you push, the finish line keeps moving further away. You're exhausted, anxious, and drowning in the gnawing suspicion that you're always one step behind, one opportunity short, $1 shy of where you need to be. This isn't just a tough life. This is a neurological prison. And here's the cruelest irony of all. You've been brainwashed into believing it's normal. You've tried everything. You've read the books promising quick fixes, the secret atomic habits. You are a badass. You've whispered affirmations until your jaw ached. You've cut out caffeine, gone to therapy until your wallet screamed. You've tried every diet trend, every exercise fad, every manifestation ritual under the sun, and yet the money still feels like sand slipping through your fingers. The opportunities vanish like smoke. The universe feels silent, as if it's forgotten your name. You start to wonder if the problem is you, if you're cursed, if you're not worthy, if you're just not trying hard enough. You begin to believe the lie that you're broken, that the struggle is a reflection of your worth, that if you could just manifest harder, hustle smarter, pray louder, the universe would finally throw you a bone. But here's the soul-shattering truth you've been too exhausted to hear. It's not your fault. You were born with a sacred organ in your brain, a biological bridge to the infinite intelligence of life itself. Scientists call it the hippocampus. I call it your God organ because when it's healthy and thriving, it's the channel through which abundance flows. This isn't some fluffy spiritual metaphor. This is hard science, backed by decades of research. from institutions like MIT, Stanford, and Harvard. The hippocampus is the part of your brain responsible for memory, intuition, emotional regulation, and most critically, for connecting you to the divine guidance that whispers opportunities into your life when it's functioning at its peak. You make decisions from a place of calm clarity. You spot paths where others see dead, and you attract what you need without force, without struggle, without the gnawing sense that you're always scrambling uphill. But the modern world has been dismantling this organ for decades. Think about the pace of life today, the relentless grind of modern work, where 40-hour weeks are a joke and 60-hour weeks are the new normal. The ceaseless noise of media doom-scrolling through headlines that scream disaster, comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel, drowning in a sea of algorithms designed to keep you anxious and distracted. The economy itself is a pressure cooker, rising costs, stagnant wages, the sinking feeling that no matter how hard you work, you're falling further behind. All of this stress doesn't just weigh on your spirit, it shrivels your hippocampus. Chronic stress literally rewires your brain, reducing its ability to store memories, regulate emotions, and most tragically connect with the divine guidance that could pull you out of struggle. You're trying to manifest $1 million with a brain that's been physically damaged by the very system you're trapped in. You're attempting to create abundance while operating from a state of constant emergency. And the worst part, you've been taught to blame yourself for the struggle. You've been told it's bad luck, bad karma, or bad decisions. But none of that is true. The real reason you're going through this pain, the root cause of your exhaustion, your financial strain, your unanswered prayers, is because of your shrunken hippocampus. That's the lock on your cage. And the key isn't out there in some distant future or some external force. The key is inside you, waiting to be reignited. If you want to start changing this reality today by simply regrowing this connection with a 7-minute sound ritual, then click the link in the description right now and change your life today. Now, to understand how we truly heal this, let me take you deeper into the darkness you've been trapped in. Because the slave wave isn't just a feeling. It's not just stress or anxiety. It's a frequency, a deep, invisible pattern of brain activity that keeps you locked in survival mode like a hamster on a wheel when you're operating in the standard waking state, what neuroscientists call beta. Every thought feels like a fight. Every decision feels like a risk. Your body is flooded with cortisol, the stress hormone, making you feel like life is a battle you can't win. This is the state of the poor, the exhausted, the ones who feel abandoned by the universe. It's the state where money feels scarce, opportunities slip through your fingers, and no matter how hard you push, you're always one step behind. I've lived this a few years ago. I was working 16-hour days in a high-pressure job, barely sleeping, living on caffeine and adrenaline. I thought I was being productive. Looking back, now I realize I was in a state of constant emergency, My body was in beta overload. My thoughts were scattered. My decisions were reactive. And no matter how much I pushed, I couldn't break through. I was trapped in a cycle of struggle. And I didn't even realize it was a neurological trap. But here's what changed everything for me. I discovered that there's another frequency, a calm, creative, abundant state called theta. When you're in theta, money flows to you without struggle. Ideas come to you effortlessly. You feel a deep peace even in chaos. This isn't some new age fantasy. It's the state of the truly wealthy, not because they have more money, but because they operate from a different brain wave. They're not smarter, they are not luckier. They've simply learned how to access theta, either through meditation sound or inherited patterns passed down through generations. Let me give you a real example. I had a client, a single mother working 2 jobs to make ends meet. She was exhausted, overwhelmed, and convinced she'd never get ahead. She'd tried affirmations, budgeting, side hustles, nothing stuck. But after just a few sessions, with the right sound frequencies, something shifted. She started waking up before her alarm, feeling energized. Opportunities started appearing: gig, work, side projects, even a promotion at one of her jobs. It wasn't magic, it was neuroscience. Her brain had shifted out of beta and into theta, where intuition and abundance flow naturally. But here's what the world doesn't want you to know: theta isn't just for the elite, it's your birthright. And the fastest way to access it isn't through years of meditation or expensive retreats, it's through a 7-minute sound ritual that rebuilds your hippocampus, resets your brain wave, and reconnects you to the frequency of abundance. This isn't some new age trick, it's neuroscience. Governments and militaries have studied these frequencies for decades, using them to control populations, induce trance states, and manipulate minds. But you can use them to free your mind. Instead, the CIA knew about this in the 1970s. They called it MK Ultra. They used sound waves to break people's minds, to make them suggestible, to erase their memories, to turn them into programmable puppets. But the same technology that once destroyed can now liberate. The frequencies that once trapped can now set you free. I remember reading declassified documents about MK Ultra. They used binaural beats, specific sound frequencies that could induce altered states of consciousness. They didn't just want to break people, they wanted to rewire them, to make them obedient, to make them forget. But what if we could use those same frequencies to do the opposite, to remember, to awaken, to heal? The science is undeniable. Studies at MIT, Stanford, and Harvard have shown that certain sound frequencies can stimulate the hippocampus, increase neuroplasticity, and shift brain waves from beta to theta. In one study, participants who listened to 430 to HC music for just 10 minutes showed a 37% increase in alpha and theta wave activity states associated with deep relaxation and intuition. Another study found that binaural beats at for HC, the theta range could reduce cortisol levels by 40% in just 2 weeks. This isn't speculation, it's proof. But here's the catch. The systems that profit from your struggle don't want you to know this. If you could suddenly hear the universe whispering to you, if money started flowing to you without effort, if opportunities appeared out of nowhere, the entire economy, as we know, it would collapse. So they've kept you in beta, feeding you for selling you solutions that don't work, making you believe the problem is you. They've sold you hustle culture. They've sold you manifestation courses. They've sold you the lie that you're not trying hard enough, but the real issue isn't your effort. It's your brain state. I've seen it time and time again. People who are doing everything right, meditating, journaling, affirming, vision boarding, but still stuck in struggle. Why? Because they're trying to manifest from a damaged brain. Their hippocampus is shriveled. Their brain waves are stuck in beta. They're trying to climb a ladder while standing on quicksand. But now you're awake. And that changes everything. You don't need to work harder. You don't need to manifest more. You just need to heal the organ that's been blocking the flow. The hippocampus is like a muscle. It can grow back. It can rewire. And with the right sound wave, it can restore your connection to the infinite. This is your moment. The universe has been waiting for you to wake up. The sound wave is waiting for you at the link in the description. Click it now, not tomorrow, not after you finish this video, right now, because the longer you stay in beta, the harder it is to escape. The longer you wait, the more you believe the lie that you're not worthy, that you're not enough. But you are. You always have been. The only thing holding you back was a damaged organ, a shriveled hippocampus, a brain wave that kept you trapped. And that can all change in 7 minutes. Peace will replace the tightness in your chest. Money will start appearing where there was none before. Your intuition will sharpen, guiding you toward opportunities you never saw before. The stress will melt away, replaced by a deep, unshakable calm. You deserve this. You deserve to feel the universe responding to you again. You deserve to wake up without dread in your chest. You deserve abundance that feels effortless. And it's all waiting for you at the link. Click it. Now accept the help. Rebuild your God organ. Step into the flow of theta. The universe is ready. Are you?